Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Know Your Daughter to Item series. In a previous episode, we covered items from armor section upgraded items. We covered Lotus Orb, and this episode we will talk about Black King Bar. Black King Bar is an item purchasable at base shop under armor, and we'll be looking at additional information, ability, recommended heroes, tips, gallery, and recent changes. But first, card view. It costs 4,550 gold, which includes 1450, as in 1,450 recipe cost. And selling value is 2025, as in 2025 gold. Active ability is Avatar. Its bonuses are, it gives these bonuses, namely plus 10 strength, plus 24 attack damage. It's not shareable. You cannot disassemble it. Does not give any usage alert. So this recipe requires Ogre X, Mithril Hammer, and a recipe of 1450, and becomes Black King Bar, also known as BKB. Now let's move on to additional information from content. As you can see, items attributes grants following additional bonuses: 220 health and 0.9 health regeneration, 10 main attack damage to Strength heroes, 7 main attack damage to Universal heroes. The ability is Avatar. It's a no target ability, only affects self. Applies a basic. Dispel grants 60% magic resistance and immunity to pure and reflected damage. Immunity to pure and reflected damage. For duration of this effect, any negative effect from enemy spells has no effect. Cast animation is instantaneously. Duration is for 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds, and 6 seconds. We'll see what those entails in a bit. Magic resistance bonus is 60%. Its cooldown is 95 seconds. It costs 50 mana. Interrupts caster channeling abilities upon cast. Applies debuff immunity for duration and a basic dispel upon cast. Any debuff on caster when avatar expires will then begin applying its negative effect. Any debuff on caster when avatar expires will then begin applying its negative effect. Okay, so when it expires. Okay. Causes caster's model size to increase by 30% for its duration. This has no impact on its pollution size. Stacks multiplicatively with other magic resistance sources. Increases most heroes' magic resistance to 70%. With magic resistance bonus from this source, every 10 points of intelligence further increases total magic resistance by 0.4%, so almost 40% increase for every 10 points. Wow. A countdown also appears on item's icon, visible to everyone, showing remaining duration of avatar. Duration of this ability is bound to the hero. Purchasing item again does not reset it. Cooldown of this ability cannot be rearmed. Okay. So recommended heroes list. Black King Bar is more often than not a necessary item on almost all carries to prevent enemy from simply shutting down their damage output with disables. Initiators can consider a Black King Bar to guarantee a safe initiation against disable heavy items. This is especially the case if they can impact this fight with abilities beyond their initiation ability or by providing further damage. This is especially the case if they can impact fight with abilities beyond their initiation ability or by providing further damage. Okay. Bat Rider, Legion Commander, Rubik, okay. Slarder and Speedbreaker. Heroes with strong channeling abilities can use a Black King but to prevent enemy from interrupting them. Crystal Maiden, Enigma, Sand King, Witch Doctor. Yeah. Tips. When facing a lot of magical damage or many disables, a Black King Bear alone can provide enough survivability, allowing carry heroes to focus on damage items after having Black King Bear. Vice versa, Black King Bear is not effective against physical damage or spell immunity piercing spells. So other items for survivability should be considered, e.g. armor items against physical damage or escape items against some spells. Okay, so it's good against magical damage, of course. Black King Bear applies a basic dispel on cast, allowing to clear out most negative status debuff, instead of casting it hastily to engage at first sight. Okay. So instead of casting it hastily to engage at first, a reactive activation against debuff will be more beneficial. Okay. A Black King Bear is a good combination with the Lincoln Sphere because it can force an enemy here to cast his most powerful single target ability on you. However, spending 2 inventory slots on defensive items means less room for damage and utility items, so think before you buy. You must also remember that debuff immunity does not stop opponents from casting abilities targeting you, even if they are blocked by debuff immunity, allowing opponents to waste your Lincoln Sphere during Avatar. Even with Black King Bear active, you must be careful when your health is very low, as abilities that deal magical damage but can't pierce debuff immunity can still damage and heal you if your health is too low, even if their damage output will be reduced by 50% for duration of Avatar. Even if the damage output will be reduced by 50% for duration of Avatar. Okay. So that King Bear. 7.35D increased Avatar cooldown from 90 to 95. In 7.35C, increased Avatar bonus magic resistance from 50 to 60%. In 7.33 version, Avatar now grants debuff immunity to spell with 50% magic resistance bonus. Caster is now immune to pure and reflected damage, and only affects abilities that do not pierce debuff immunity. If ability expires before debuff duration, debuff will take place or take effect for remaining duration. Alright. So this is it. That was it. We covered Black King Bear. In our next episode, we will be looking into Bloodstone. Yeah. Alright. Until then, be good to yourself and everybody around you, both in game and out game. Last but not least, good game, everybody. Good game.